Hey guys. Okay, so I'm live here, but not in my original one, and I don't know why. um, I'm just going to send this one here. I have no idea why the one I made will not go live. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can. Hi, hi, hi. Hey. So I know it's kind of dark because the sun's behind me. So it's making my screen a little dark. I could probably move. Oh, good, you can hear me. Yay. Okay, let's move this way. Ah, there I am. This helps. All right. Okay. Hello in Georgia. Hi in Australia. Okay, good. Yay, we're live. It's working. I have not done a YouTube live in a really long time. So I kind of had a little oopsie doops there in the beginning. So hopefully we're going to go good now. Today is Demonstrator Thursday. And so basically I'm here today to answer your questions about anything and everything, Stampin' Up related, any demonstrator questions you have. So if you guys want to start sending those in to me, that would be awesome. I get lots of comments on videos about different things and questions about different things. And so I just thought, you know what, today would be fun to do a live and answer questions and chit chat and just kind of say hi. Okay, so I'm going to grab my water. And I am expecting you guys to send questions in to me. Katie says, thinking of becoming one, I'm guessing you mean a demonstrator, and really trying, but I love so many stamp companies. Do you feel restricted at all? So here's the thing, Katie. This is such a great question. I don't feel restricted because for me personally, Stampin' Up! Was an answer to prayer. I struggled with colors. I struggled with how to put color together when I first started this. And I struggled with like how I was overwhelmed by the options. So for me, Stampin' Up! Narrowed all that down and it made it very easy. And I was like, okay, if I just stay in the Stampin' Up! Bubble, everything's going to match. They have cute stamp sets. I'm good. So for me, that's how it started. Okay. And I needed cardstock. I needed colored cardstock. So that's kind of how it began. And then it grew from there. So now I would say this to you. If you're somebody who likes to stamp and you like to use lots of different companies, you absolutely can still do that. The beauty of joining Stampin' Up! And becoming a demonstrator, and I use that word like this because you don't have to run a business. You can purchase the starter kit. You can get 20% off or 25% off when you hit a certain level and just save the money on the products. Now, if you decided you wanted to start running a business, then I would say we would have to have another conversation about how you're going to successfully run a business and use Stampin' Up! Product to promote it in order to have sales, right? Because clearly when you go to Walmart, they don't have a big sign on the front door advertising Target, right? So that is kind of, I hope that kind of explains it to you. I think that if somebody's joining Stampin' Up! As a hobby demonstrator, then they're just doing it to get the discount and there's no restrictions at all. Honestly, even if you're a business demonstrator, there's no restriction except that you can't accept money from other stamp companies. So you wouldn't be able to get money from other companies for advertising or something like that. But I hope that explains that a little bit. If you have follow-up questions on that, let me know. Tony J says, how do I start a YouTube channel? Tony, do you mean how do you physically start one, or what should you do to start one? Because that's kind of two different questions. If you want to know how to start a YouTube channel, technically, all you need to do is go to YouTube and do a quick search and type in the search bar how to start a YouTube channel, and it will walk you through the steps to set it up. Okay, what did I do before the workbook? Okay, and then her message was retracted, so I'm not sure. Um, just getting home from work. Welcome home from work. I just don't think I could do it. SU is maybe 5% of my entire collection. I love stuff from it. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, are you thinking like you wouldn't be able to meet the minimum? Because there is a $300 minimum requirement every 3 months. So if that's what you're concerned about, there's ways around that. You can do really fun little get-togethers where you sell kits, and if a few people bought a few kits every month, you would totally hit your minimum. It's pretty simple. I love Copics too. I have a whole set of them right here. So yeah, I mean, there is no rule that you can only use Stampin' Up product if you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator. That rule doesn't exist. That's false. So you can do whatever you want. You can, you know, I have so many people on my team that have purchased the starter kit just to kind of be part of the team and be part of this fun community. And they simply purchase whatever they want from whatever company they want to purchase from. And they just like being part of SU because they get the discount. So that's kind of what it is. My issue as a demo was dealing with the loss of retired items. So, yeah, that can be frustrating for some people. For me, it's exciting. So, every time we transition to a new catalog, I get really excited. Um, Losing items is kind of up to you. You are welcome to keep them and have them in your storehouse and have them in your craft room. There's nobody telling you that just because a stamp set retires, you have to get rid of it. For me personally, I keep a very small stash of my very, very, very favorites, and I purge the others at the end of a catalog that I've maybe had for 3 or 4 years, or maybe I'm not going to use them anymore, or they're not my absolute favorites. Because I don't want to show something on a YouTube video that you guys can't buy, because how annoying is that? I've been on people's YouTube channels where they're showing something and they're like, yeah, but you can't get this anymore. And I'm like, really? Why are you showing me that then? So it's like a tease. And I'm like, get out of here with that. Yeah. So Tony, if you're wanting the physical, technical way of like starting a YouTube channel, you just search it and it should come up. Yeah. Now that we are no longer affiliated with Sizzix, does that still eliminate me from being an affiliate with them because they sell stamps? You would have to ask Stampin' Up that question. That's a policy question. That's not something I can answer on their behalf. I have stuff from other companies. SU doesn't offer everything. Exactly. Like we don't all shop at Kohl's only for clothes, or Old Navy only for clothes, or Target only. Most crafters shop at a lot of different places. I personally use like 99.8% just Stampin' Up. I've got Copic markers and I have a handful of stamp sets from other companies that I have found to be really awesome. Like there's a Bob Ross stamp set that I just had to have. I saw somewhere. Same with The Walking Dead. And so I have like a few like that, but I am doing this as a business. I'm not going to create something for you guys that you can't buy from me. So my channel is at this time dedicated to doing that. I don't want to show you something that you can't purchase. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm working it. I'm working it as a business. I have stuff. Yeah. Okay. I found that you just buy Stampin' Up! Products, but do you use other products? Um, yeah, so I like I just said, occasionally I use Copic markers. It's pretty rare. And I have like this many stamps from other companies that I've had from over the years that I've collected just because, I love them for one reason or another. But ultimately, I I only purchase Stampin' Up! Product, or I get a lot of it for free by doing different things with my business. If I achieve certain levels, I get these flex points, which is really cool. And then I can use those flex points to get free product. So that's how I do it. But yeah, there's lots of different options. Lots of people do different things. I've got girls on my team that just love purchasing whatever. Can you talk a bit about blogs? So, Donna, I would ask that you get a little bit more specific. Do you want me to get specific about how to run a blog? Are you wanting to know if you should start a blog? I mean, give me just a little bit more because that's a really big, vague question. Marianne says, are the blends comparative to Copics? No, they're not. So, well, they're comparative because everything's comparative. But here's the thing. Here's what the blends are for me. Blends are a gateway drug. If you've never used markers, alcohol-based markers that blend, first of all, Copic markers are complicated for most people. They are numbered. I have them here. I will grab them. Okay, so Copic markers have a numbering system. I'm sure you have seen them. Sorry, it might be backwards for you guys. So they have a numbering system that tells you how to use them. I have had to take 3 classes to learn how to use my Copic markers because they're complicated. And especially for somebody who's not an artist or doesn't have an art background or something like that. Buddy, no. So my opinion with that is if you want to use an alcohol marker and you want to keep it simple, get Stampin' Blends because they're really easy to use. There's a light and a dark. You literally color the dark. I do color the dark areas first that I want dark. Then I use the light on top and blend it out. Using Copics, you could use up to 4 Copic markers to get a good blend. So, or 2, but I'm just saying it's like it's its whole thing. It's not just like this super simple coloring thing. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. How do you organize your stamps and dies, or don't you? Yeah, so I have my dies. I actually can show you. They are in these Avery L pockets. And I've got a label on top of them that I just put with label maker. This pocket's from Avery L. The magnet is from Lowe's. Okay. The magnet sheet, and I cut it. It's just a vent cover. And that's what I use. And so that's how I store my dies. And then they're just in a little box where I can look at them all as I flip through them. And my stamp sets are all up on a shelf and they're alphabetical. How can we start a business using SU products only when we no longer are selling paper cutter? Well, I think you kind of answered your own question. When you're selling, I see what you're saying. Okay, just as I thought back through that. So there's lots of places to buy a paper cutter. You know what? There's lots of things we don't sell that are out in the crafty world, right? So it's okay. People can just buy it somewhere else and we will sell a paper cutter again. I'm not worried about that. So we're just going to improve on it and we're going to get out from under whatever manufacturer is a turd that we're constantly having troubles with. So thank goodness for that. I applaud SU and I'm so super happy that they are moving away from people that cause us drama. So yeah, I mean, If somebody needed a paper cutter and they needed to purchase one, I would be like, okay, well, go to Hobby Lobby and use a 50% coupon and get a paper cutter. Guess what? I sell awesome paper and I sell great stamps and I sell all these other things. So it's okay if they buy a paper cutter somewhere else. I don't think that it's the end all be all, just like, I use this in my card making all the time. Stampin' Up doesn't sell one of these. I had to order it on Amazon. So, okay. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. There's always something great coming from SU. I don't feel a need to buy from elsewhere. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Plus I get overwhelmed with all the things to purchase and I don't have the space, guys. The room that I'm sitting in is 250 square feet. Y'all, that's small. So even if I wanted to, I can't buy a bunch of stuff. I just can't. I have enough space for what I have, and that's the end of the story. Love the blends. I think if you want to build a business with SU, you should only showcase SU product. If you're a hobbyist, you can buy and use and showcase whatever you want. Yep, perfect. That's perfectly said, Anne. Love blends and colors matching our cardstock. Me too. I have only SU. I love how everything coordinates. Yeah, that's how I am. And I have customers like that too, that just, it's just easier for them. It doesn't overwhelm them to just have like one place they shop. Shell says, is there a calendar of Stampin' Up annual sale promotions? There is not. So we pretty much always know that celebration is going to be January through March. That's pretty standard. But outside of that, there's really not like any guarantee of when their sales will be or anything like that. They don't tell us that in advance. Maybe like a few days in advance, but it's not like we have a calendar and know when it's going to happen. I have been a demonstrator for 1 year and cannot get anyone to come to a party. Ooh, this is good. Okay, so can you, Carol, type in and tell me what it is that you've done to get people to come to a party? What time is your party that you've set up? What have you done to advertise for it? What have you done that nobody comes to it? Give me a little bit more. Catherine says, scissors, adhesive, trimmers, everyone has their favorites. Exactly. Yep. Donna says, you can purchase from other companies, you just can't sell items from other companies. Correct. That is correct. Tony says, how do you add items to your YouTube channel? How often should I do a YouTube channel? Okay. I don't know what you mean by adding items, Tony. I think maybe you mean adding videos to YouTube. That's kind of up to you. I just would say whatever you do, be consistent doing it. Hey, Rick. How are you, my friend? I'm so happy you're here. Marianne, do you purge your retired products to make room for new SU? How? And is it okay to sell at a discount / garage sale? Okay, so yes, I purge my retiring product because, again, my room is like a teeny tiny box that I live in. And so I don't have enough space to just hoard. I just don't. So I keep 1 or 2 stamp sets that are my very favorites from every catalog and tuck those away, and I have those. The rest of them get put in a box and put in my shed, and I collect them over the course of 2 to 3 years. All the retired product, just keep letting it accumulate. And then I do a really big fun auction on my Facebook page where I put a whole bunch of stuff into a box and people bid on it and I sell it, and that's how it goes. So it's super, super fun. Yeah, and so that's what I do. Okay, so You could also do a BOGO event, buy one, get one event, where you tell everybody that comes that they can choose the retiring product and you put a price on the retiring product that you want to sell it for. And then they get to pick that equal amount out of the new catalog. And so when they pay you for the retiring product, you use that money to purchase the new product out of the catalog for them. And then that helps you get sales. Okay. If you make cards to sell and use products from SU and other companies, do you still need to use the copyright stamp on it? I have an answer because let you all answer or ask them. Hi, Jason. Oh, Caitlin gave me a sad face. Okay. Carol says, I have asked people I know. Oh, okay. So she's following up with me about the party thing. So here's the thing. You can't just ask somebody to come to something one time. If you want to have an event, my suggestion would be to pick a day of the month, every month, like decide that you're going to hold a class, okay? And the class should be on the same day at the same time every month. So for example, if you were part of a bowling league, your bowling league would say to you, okay, we bowl every Tuesday at 5 p.m. So you would know every Tuesday at 5 p.m. you're going to do this bowling thing. And you would know that you couldn't book anything else during that time because you have bowling league. Same thing applies with card class. If you want to have a class and you want it to be successful, you need to pick a day and a time and then stick with that. So let's pretend that you pick the first Thursday of every month. Then you need to hold that, and let's say it's at 4 p.m. You need to hold that class on the first Thursday of every month at 4 p.m. Rain or shine, daylight or dark, whatever come your way, you're having that event. And then you start advertising for it. You do a Facebook page post about it. You post an event about it. You share information about it. You put it out there. You can put up little flyers. You can hang them around your town. You can invite people to it. And if they come, great. And if they don't, they don't. And that's okay. But if you do that enough, it will begin to grow. For 5 months, when I first started my classes, I had 1 to 2 people show up every month. And it was so hard and so disheartening. And this is 8 years ago when I started this. And I thought people would never come. And then it got to a point where there were so many people coming, I had to find other options because they wouldn't fit in my space. And then I expanded to having more than 1 class a month. And now I'm all online, so I don't do anything in person. Hold on. But for years I did, and that's how I grew it. It's very, very, very consistent. Jason, I loved your old craft space. Stinks you had to move it. You know what, Jason? I'm so much happier in this space. I so am, because I have a door that I can shut. And yes, it's smaller, but I'm so much happier here. I don't feel like I'm at work all the time, because when it was in my dining room, it was like I never got away. And so this, I can shut the door off and it can be in its own space and people don't come to my house and see it all. I really love it. It is smaller, but I do love it. I want you to know that what you are doing for demos is amazing, and I really appreciate what you have been doing. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so kind. I need to hear those things. Okay. My room is bigger than Catherine's, she says. Adding your webpage. Yes, I've been a Stampin' Up! Demo since 2016. What if I sell hand-painted items on my Facebook where I share Stampin' Up! Also? Is this okay to do if I want to move from a hobby to a business? Yeah, I think, yeah, because I sell my workbook, right? I sell my business workbook. it has nothing to do with Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up doesn't make a business workbook. So you can sell your paintings or your art and your crafts. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine as far as I know. I would just say if you were using Stampin' Up stamps, you might have to do some sort of like stamp the copyright info on the back or something. But totally. Thank you, Sherry. Marianne says Stampin' Up is okay with that, and a question mark. I'm not sure what you're asking, Marianne. Okay with that. Buffering. How do you determine how much to put aside for your taxes in your monthly budget? Ooh, yay, a budget question. I'm behind. I just did my May budget yesterday, and it's already May. So what I do is I calculate about 17% to put of whatever my income is to go towards taxes. I personally know like I have to pay around $1,500 a quarter in taxes. So from my business. So I try to save enough money from each paycheck so that I'm just able to pay that, right? And not do it all in one big lump sum. So that's what I do. But the thing with taxes is it so depends on your situation. It depends on if you own your home, if you don't own your home, if you have kids at home, if you don't have kids at home. Like there's so many variables. I cannot tell you what you're supposed to set aside for taxes because it's going to be different for every person. So if you're single, if you're married, if you're divorced, if you're head of household, if you're not, I mean, it's so complicated. So you really need to get a tax professional to help you. Okay. Whoops. How far in advance do you plan your videos? Do you purchase, say, your 5 bundles and showcase until autumn winter catalogs come out and then plan to repeat again for summer? So, okay, so what I do, sorry, I was reading. What I'm doing is I have my 5 bundles picked out or products that I have picked out for the new catalog. And I used this worksheet, which is a free download on my site, the new catalog ordering fun sheet. And I'm getting Wiggle Worm, Over the Moon, which I already got. So I actually get to add another one because that was in pre-order. So this is just for like ordering out of the June catalog when it goes live. Young at Heart, Will Walrus Be Friends, and Cuckoo for You bundle. So those are my things. And my goal is as soon as I sell 5 of one of those, I get to purchase something else. So that's what I'm doing. Now, none of that includes all the embellishments and all. I'm just going to get one of all of those because I need them so that when I'm crafting, I just have them if I want to use them. Can I search the demo notebook group on Facebook? I can't seem to find my email with the link. Rick, do you mean the link for your business? Do you need the download again? Is that what you're saying? Jason says, my local classes take place 3rd Saturday of every month, in most cases at 3:30. My ladies know you need to have a set date. You got it, buddy. Then get out there and promote. Yep, that's how to do it. How do you communicate with customers? What software? How much time does it take? Maintain a newsletter and a mailing list. Okay. I use Aweber and Aweber, Aweber. Some people use MailChimp. Some people use Constant Contact. There's lots of options out there for having an email program to contact your customers and get information out to them. So you can use whatever one you want to use, whatever suits you. And I email once a week. That's my goal. Sometimes it's asking people to sign up for a class or an event that I have going on. Sometimes it's just creative inspiration. It just totally depends on what's going on. Here in the next few weeks, there'll be a lot of me asking like, do you want to sign up for this or that? Do you want a catalog? Blah, blah, blah. Like all those things are going to get kind of heavy in the next few weeks because that's what we have going on right now. So how much time does it take? So that's variable. It depends. If I'm doing a super quick, here's a really cool project that I made on my blog this week, the email might just take a few minutes. But if I'm really putting a bunch of thought into how I'm writing an email, or it's asking people to sign up for something, then sometimes that takes longer because I need to explain the details. So I would say on average, my newsletter or email blast takes about an hour a week to focus on and get produced. Oh, thanks, Beverly. She says she loves the videos and story time. Thank you. Yes, Donna, that's awesome. Meetup is a good way to get the word out about your classes. Meetup is this really cool thing, meetup.com. You can publish your class and your information in there, and then people can find you that are in the area and maybe come to your classes. It works really good for people in highly populated areas. Like, it doesn't work great for me because I live pretty rural, but if you are in a heavily populated area, it will probably work great for you. Carol says, thanks so much. I'm going to try everything you said. Yay. Please report back to me and let me know how it works. Remember, you might have to give it a few months. I'm from Holland and I love your videos. Thank you. Do y'all say Danke? Danke? Danke Shane? Is that Dutch? I don't know. Okay, Katie says, yes, I agree. You are doing demos such an amazing service. Aw, thanks. Rachel's late. Oh, 2 demerits. Just kidding. Yay, we have same lists. Anne says, I love that walrus set. Me too. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate you for that. Almost missed you. I thought it was 4 o'clock California time. Nope, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock California time. Marianne says, auctioning retired SU items. I thought there was something in the agreement not allowing us to sell anything that can't be currently purchased. Yeah, so they're not retired yet. Just because they're on the retiring list doesn't mean they're retired. So as I was saying, I wait 2 to 3 years before I even do anything with my products. So I just save them and I save them and I save them. And then I get a whole bunch of them. And then when everything's officially retired is when I would do the sell. But I don't sell anything before it's allowed. Meetup doesn't work for me either. Kind of stinks. I post in Facebook groups that are local cities, towns. Yeah. Hi, Teresa. Tess says, I really appreciate all of your demo videos. Thank you, Tess. Hey, Australia. How you going? No, that's German. Danke is German. Okay. How you say Danke? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Meetup didn't help me at all. Yeah, it doesn't help everybody. It's hit and miss, I think. Have you done an open house? Concerned about strangers in my house. Okay. Ooh, good question. Because now I like that gives me a total opportunity to tell you this. Please don't call it an open house. Like, if you're advertising for it, if you're advertising for something, please, please, please don't ever call it an open house, because open house insinuates that you show up, you're there for a little bit, maybe you eat some free food and you go home. Call it a launch party. Launch party. And if you're concerned about having it in your house, have it at a local Starbucks, have it at a Round Table Pizza. I don't know, maybe you don't have Round Table where you live, but usually a Panera Bread. There's lots of places that will usually allow you to have events for free if you eat there, or if the people that are coming eat there. Hey, Poodler. Julie says, I'm a Poodler and look forward to your Thursday videos. Love them and learning so much. Ah, I love that you're a Poodler. Were you at November on stage? Because my team, the Lovelies, and Sam's team, Poodles, we all hung out. We all had dinner together. Can't people order from whoever they want? Yes, people can order from whoever they want. Did I say otherwise? What did she say? She said, oops. Maybe she said something else up here and I missed it. I don't know. Yeah, you can order from whoever you want to order from, Vicky. Absolutely. Just finished a webinar and found you live. Cool. Oh, cool, Larry. Hey. Just say thank you. Yeah. That's funny. Like, please don't try to speak my language. Just say thank you. Got it. I'll do that. That was funny. So earlier I was trying to say, okay, what did she say here? So earlier I was trying to say, not sure what I did before the workbook. I just love it. Oh, good. I'm so glad you love it. I don't know what I did before. I'll tell you what I did before I made that thing is I had a notebook like this that I just like scratched everything down in, and it was a nightmare. So I was still doing the process. I just didn't have a really good system. How do you know the handling charges for card kits or orders? So the shipping charges vary based on, first of all, I don't know if you're in the US, but if you're in the US, I'm guessing you are because it says Jersey Stamp Lady. So you're talking about shipping charges or handling charges? Because that's kind of two different things. So for shipping charges, there's all these schematics you can go by through the postal service. If it's under an ounce and rigid, then it's like the cost of a stamp plus a surcharge stamp. If it's over an ounce plus it's rigid, then it's a 2 ounce thing plus a surcharge stamp. I mean, that's a hard question to answer because it's a little bit complicated. So what I did is I went to the post office and I had them explain it all to me for the stuff that I mail, and I wrote it all out on a sticky note. And so that's how and then I have a scale here in my office that was like $40, and I weigh stuff and figure out my postage that way. I went to Art Center and they let me be there for no charge because paper crafting is artsy. Cool. We're neighbors. I'm in the Sac area. Cool. Hi from Florida. I find you can't sell in a library. Yes, that is accurate. Libraries generally will not allow you to sell anything or even charge for classes. So it's a great opportunity to just do like a funnel event where you have a few maybe you have a little make and take, and it gives you an opportunity to hand out your flyer for your class. Good morning in Australia. Oh, bummer, Julie. Maybe next time we'll see you. I'm enjoying your Thursday demo videos. Thanks for all the advice. You're welcome. I'm loving your workbook. Thanks. I just use flat rate with tracking, and then everything is pretty much insured. Yeah, I use flat rate with tracking for stuff, but if it's just like a letter with an envelope, then I'm not going to use a flat rate, right? So, but it might be like one that you can't bend, so then it's a little bit of surcharge. I had a customer try to place an order with me, but when she input her email address, it prompted to say that it was assigned to another demo. So she used her husband's. Okay, so all you have to do is she would have had to log on and go to her account within Stampin' Up and just change her demonstrator. And that's it. And it actually asks you, do you still want to use this demonstrator? And she could have just clicked no, and she can change it. Excellent for a catalog launch. Absolutely. So when I'm mailing catalogs, I use flat rate envelopes. Yes. What is your cost for business plan? Love your videos. I think you might be talking about my workbook. If you're talking about my workbook, that it's $24.99, and you can get it on my website at loveandstampin.com. Click on shop, scroll down, and go to resources and guides, and it's in there. There's a bunch of free downloads in there also. Handling charges. So I don't really have a handling charge because I'm the one handling everything. So you saying like, what do I budget for that? Sorry, I'm trying to understand your question, I promise. How much is flat rate? So a regular flat rate envelope is $7 now, I think. 7 or 7.15. Let me go look. I can look while we're chatting. I can't remember because it just changed. I had it nailed down. It was $6.95. And now they just changed. It might be $7.35. Let's go to stamps and supplies. So I'm just going to USPS.com and mail and ship. Let's see, 95. They ask you all this stuff. And I just want to know view flat rate envelopes. There we go. That's what I wanted. So a regular flat rate envelope is $7.35. The padded flat rate envelope, which I also use if it's got more stuff in it, is $8. So $7.35 and $8. There's no priority envelope for $5.95 that I'm aware of in the US. The padded ones are $8 and the non-padded are $7.35. And I'm literally looking at the website right now. Okay, so other questions? How much is flat rate? Post office the other day, priority was the cheapest. Well, okay, so you're talking about priority versus flat rate is two different things. So you can get priority mail for any package, okay? And choose it to be a priority mailed package. It's going to cost you more than ground mailing or parcel mailing. But what we're talking about is a flat rate envelope, which means you get this envelope and you can put as much weight in it as you want to. I think it's like up to 30 pounds and ship it. And it's going to cost you this solid amount of money no matter what. I was referencing the library is great for a catalog launch, no buying or selling, but you can, yeah, the only thing is at a catalog launch, Catherine, I want orders. I want people purchasing from me. So, so I would not do a catalog launch in a place that I wouldn't be able to take orders. If they allowed you to take orders, that would be fine. But yeah, I would never have a catalog launch party somewhere that I couldn't accept orders. Do you sell retired product or do you give it away? Both. Good morning, Tracy. How you going? I'm so excited you're here. Yes, so Ozpause. I'm have no doubt that you paid $5.95, but that's not the cost of a flat rate envelope. That's the cost of a priority mailing piece that is just priority mailing. There's a difference. So there's priority mailing, which can be for any package. You can choose to have it mailed priority. And then there's flat rate shipping, which is these envelopes. Look, I'll show you. Trust me, y'all. I know what I'm talking about here. I do this for a living. So this is a flat rate envelope. It says right here, flat rate envelope. And it's like big enough to fit a catalog. Okay. So you can fit a catalog inside there with some papers. And it costs $7.35 to ship this. This, and it doesn't matter how much weight you put in that. Okay. But this envelope comes two different ways. Does it say flat rate on it? Because if it is, then you're, she might have charged you wrong, but the flat rates, because there's two of these. There's one that's flat rate and there's one that's not. So you could be mailing something priority, but not have it be in a flat rate envelope. And they look exactly the same. The only difference is this right here. That's it. So yeah, you scored. If you got to mail something for $5.95 and it was in a flat rate envelope, you scored. This is a flat rate padded. So you can't even get these at the post office. You have to order them online. They're free, but you have to order them. Okay. How do you go about transitioning from an in-person business to online? Are customers upset regarding not doing in-person events? So that's a great question. So my transition from in-person to online was slow, really slow. And what happened was I just started cutting back my classes to where I only had one class a month. And then I didn't have any for a while. Then I picked one back up. And then I could just tell it was time because I had people not coming as often. And all of that. I feel that that you'll just know. You'll just know when it's time to make that transition. I have 2 people that still come to my house once a month that are the people who started this with me 9 years ago. And they are amazing and I love them so much. And so we get together once a month. They're really wonderful ladies. And so that's what I do. And I didn't really have anybody be upset about that. Okay. I mailed 4 catalogs. Oh, wow. As someone who does Wendy's online events, I can answer that. You can answer that for me, Karen. I adore you. Wendy, do you mail annual catalogs to your customers or use the bulk? What do you normally add if you do the mails? So I do not do the bulk mailing from Stampin' Up because I want to be able to put my labels on my catalogs and I want to be able to put letters and coupons and all that inside my catalogs. Costs me a fortune to mail them, but I don't care. That's my one time a year that I do really. Oh, wow. That's really mean. Whoever that person, you are very ugly. Actually, Jose, I think you're kind of ugly. For posting something so mean. Do you mail annual catalogs to your customers or use the bulk? What do you normally add if you do mail them to customers? Oh, I told you that. They can't mischarge you. When they scan the barcode, it generates the price. The priority envelope has a blue barcode. Yeah, that is true. That's weird. I'm not sure how that happened. You need to moderate with a blue wrench to eliminate the trolls. How do I do that? How do I do that? Can somebody tell me? Thank you for reporting that person. Oh my God. How do I get rid of this person? You guys, I'm freaking out. He's horrible. I'm okay. I don't know how to, I guess that did it. I don't know. I don't know how to remove them. I tried. I thought I removed him. I've never had this happen before. I deleted the comment, but I don't know how to remove the person. I reported it. Thank you guys for helping me. Okay. I'm starting to have that happen. People not attending events. Been a demo 19 years, slowly introducing classes in the mail. Yeah, I mean, it can happen for lots of reasons, I think that let me find what she asked because it just jumped. I'm starting to have that happen. People not attending events. Yeah, I think it can slowly happen for multiple reasons. I think that we aren't as excited anymore about what we're doing in person because we're getting more excited about what's online. And then I think that translates. I think that sometimes we don't advertise as well because we're busy trying to run an online business. It's hard to run both. It really is. And so I think that that just can happen. Um, I found Wendy online by all of the things from Sam Donaldson, a British demo. Wendy is very good with her online classes. Aw, thanks, Karen. Sam is my buddy. My great grandchildren call me Gigi. Do you mail the occasions and holidays as well? Yes, I do. Thank you for blocking them, Rachel. Okay, so I can make somebody a moderator in my thing. Okay, let me go do that. Jason, do you mind? Can I do that from here? Add moderator. Okay, you're a moderator now for me, Jason. I've known Jason a really long time. Okay. And then yay, thank you guys. I love your manual so much that I recommended it to friends who do other businesses, and I think one actually purchased from you. I own my own business and you're spot on for any business. Thank you, Cindy. I love you. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any of your guys's. It seems like we're so busy with our lives. It's easier to do an online than go to a meeting or get together, unfortunately. You know, I have to tell you, Therese, this is interesting that you bring that up because it's actually interesting. A lot of people think that when you run an online business that it is going to be easier or that it is going to take less time, and the opposite is true. It's really difficult and it takes 2 to 3 times as much time as running an in-person business. So from the perspective of running the business, when I was running classes, I had way more time on my hands when I wasn't doing this full time. But when I started doing this full time, it really was a lot. And so I just, I mean, and it's hard. You are a nobody on the other end of a computer. I mean, you saw what just happened, right? This person who has no life just literally got on here to just hurt me. And that happens more than you know. Like I get messages in my inbox. You have to have a pretty thick skin. I get messages in my inbox. I get stuff where people are criticizing how I do something. And it can be really, really hard. And so I think that running an in-person business it really is a lot easier. I'm aiming for 100% online. It is hard. Yes, it is. Oh, thank you, Pam. She says, girl, you rocked on stage. Hilarious. I appreciate your demo tips. How do you tackle a catalog you don't love as much as the last one? That happened to me 2 years ago. It was hard. I'll pray for you. That's all I could say. I love this catalog. This catalog's knocking it out of the park for me. Thank you, Wendy, for all you do for us demos. I'm an orphan and I find it helpful. I also reported him. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's keep going. It seems like you're so busy with our lives. I also reported him. Thank you. Can a demo like me take a class from another demo? Of course. Yeah, you can take classes from any demos you want to. I keep coming back to your site because I love your projects and your stories. You are real and you are beautiful. I love you. Thank you for saying that. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at Jason's the hammer now. He's got the blue wrench. I love it. I like the online because if Wendy were to have a live in person in her home at 2 p.m. and I wasn't able to attend, she would miss out on my joining. But with her online class, I can buy the class, and attend. You should be set. I got a message saying that he won't appear on your channel anymore. Thank you. I have heard it's way harder. It is really hard to run an online business. Yes. Online presence is a lot of work, so many choices and things to keep up with, and I find it all consuming. Amen, sister. I'm so glad you have online business. Otherwise, I would have never found you. I know. I have all these fantastic friends and people from all over the place that are just amazing, and I never would have had them otherwise. Karen says, she recently had an online retreat, and I knew I was going to miss one of the time slots, but I knew I wouldn't really miss it because I could watch it when I had time. Yeah, it's wonderful. The recording thing is awesome. I so appreciate all your demonstrator training you are doing, and I hope it all comes back to you threefold. Thank you, Tracy. When you run an online business, are you able to get cards out to friends and family or not? Absolutely. That is absolutely. I send cards all the time. Look at this. Ugh. Oh, I don't want to show you their addresses. That would be rude. But look, those are all like my May birthdays for my team. They're going to get cards in the mail. And I just made cards for all my nieces for their birthdays. Yeah, like I legit live this, peeps. This is not like I'm just trying to sell stuff. I make stuff for people and I give it to them because it brings me enormous amounts of joy to give people something that I've made and they're excited to get it from me. Exactly the opposite for me. Not as happy with this one yet. Oh, that's too bad. I love this catalog. Being a newbie demo of 3 months, I certainly appreciate your Thursday videos discussing the behind the scenes sides of SU. Oh, good. I would like to know more about your workbook. Seems a bit pricey for a PDF file. So yeah, it's a pretty huge PDF file though. It's like 49 pages or something, and you can just print it year after year after year after year. So it's not like it's going to be another $24 next year, right? And then when I do updates to it, those are included for free for people who have already purchased. Which watermark app do you recommend? I don't use an app for my watermarks. I do everything on a computer, and I created the watermark in PicMonkey and I saved it and I just add it to my photos in PicMonkey. How do you get that many cards made? Well, because I work a lot. I work a lot and I have help. Sister helps me. Sister is usually here Monday through Thursday. On Monday, she works long days, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, she works like 3 hours, and then sometimes longer if I need her to. It just depends. But I do have lots of help. I do all the designing. But sometimes I have help with cutting, prepping, stamping, stuff like that. What are your thoughts on reusing classes? I was thinking of doing an online workshop on Facebook and YouTube and using the projects from a local class. Yes, please do. That will save you a ton of time, Jason. So yes, absolutely. Marianne says, I truly appreciate what you're doing here. Thank you. Do you do this every week? Yes, I don't go live every week, but I do a demonstrator video every week. But this seems to be really fun. So maybe we'll start doing a live every week. Oh my gosh, they're stupid people and they don't walk in your shoes until they walk in your shoes. They don't know how hard it is. You're sweet. Do you ever go back and use retired stamps? Occasionally, if it's a stamp that I really, really love. Oh no, Stampin' Sue says she hoards her cards that she makes. Naughty. Make a card, send a card. Get it in the mail. Gotta go to work. Got the night shift. Working on the night shift. See ya, Catherine. Have a good evening at work. Jana says, did you let everybody know about the PJ party? PJ party! So I'm doing this really crazy thing. Like, I'm not kidding you. When I mentioned it to the people that are involved, my sister and Tina, they were like, you've lost your ever-loving mind. And then when I told my sister my goal was to have 100 people attend this party, she was like, you are now smoking crack. Like, you're out of your mind. What are you trying to do to us? So much so that she called me like 3 hours later and she was like, you realize that if you have 100 people sign up for this, that's 1,900 card kits. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, but 1,900. It's 1,900. Did you know that? And I got it. It's 1,900. She's freaking out. So the PJ paper party is my paper share where I'm doing you for $79. You get all 19 designer series papers, the 6x6 packs of them. I have them right here. So you get the 6x6 packs of the designer series papers. And this isn't all of them because we can't buy all of them yet, but they come like this. And then there'll be a card kit for every single one of them. And then on June 21st, we are going to party and we're going to make all 19 cards with our new designer series papers so that we're using up that paper, chopping it up, and we're going to make them, and it's going to be a blast. I'm so excited. So $79, that includes shipping. You have to be in the US. And if you want to sign up for it, the info is on my website at loveandstampin.com, and you just click on, at the very top, it says PJ Paper Party. Click here. So it's right there on the very front page. I know, right, Jason? He says, love this new catalog. My favorite since joining in 2013. Yep. Yeah, so Tony says you're paying for time and experience with the workbook. Yeah, it took me a long time to develop it. Next year, it'll probably have some tweaks and changes, and I'll send that out to everybody who's already purchased it for free because I have found a few things that I think will work better. So yeah, I mean, it was a lot of work to put that together. So same here, Stampin' Sue. I'm horrible at mailing things. Rachel. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Let's see. I donate most of my cards. Oh, I want to see what that says. I donate most of my cards to a sanctuary for their fundraising auctions. I love that. That's awesome. I sell cards at Friends Cafe in Australia. $5 cafe gets $1. $5 at $5 cafe gets $1. Cool. Terry, I'm looking for a place to donate them to. When I heard about your PJ party, all I thought of was Whoopi in Ghost saying, "You in danger, girl." Oh, geez. That is hysterical. I am so screwed. You have no idea because I've almost hit the goal. I'm freaking out. Okay. Let me read. Okay. Appreciate your generosity, sharing your experience and knowledge, your ability to maintain grace under pressure. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, make cards for my church and you know why he told me I was ugly, don't you? I don't have my makeup on. I have my eyes on and I got my eyebrows painted in. And that's it. I don't have my foundation on. Otherwise, I would be beautiful. It hides everything. But I don't care. Okay. Oh, Jason, that killed me. That was so funny. Also make cards for my church and charity. I love that. I appreciate that you use the whole stamp set and not just make teeny boxes with just a sentiment punch for a circle. How close are you to your 100 goal? I think that we're at 95 people. 95. Can you guys believe it? What is your favorite type of card to make and technique? Oh, I love fun fold cards and 3D stuff. That's my favorite. And coloring. Okay, I like all the things. Thank you, Stampin' Sue. She just purchased my punch art class, which I have going on right now. What am I doing to myself? I don't know. But I have this awesome punch art class where I partnered with Rhonda Wade, and it is just selling like hotcakes, which is awesome because $5 of every single class sold goes to the Partnership to End Human Trafficking. So that is so exciting. I cannot wait to make that donation. The deadline to sign up for that is March 14th. If you want to sign up for any of my events, go to my website, loveandstampin.com, and then click on classes. Okay, so when you say one packet per paper pack, is that one card per paper pack? Yeah, sorry, did I say it wrong? One card for every single pack of paper. So there'll be 19 card kits. Do you mind if I use your PJ paper party idea, please? I don't care, girl. Rock it. Go for it. Somebody asked me if I would do a training on how to do it, and I said not yet because I haven't done it. So that's the only thing I will caution you. This could be a disaster. I don't know. I've never done this. So there is no risk. There's no reward if you don't take risks, right? So I'm taking a risk. I'm putting the faith out there and I'm just trying it. And I think I've done everything right. I think it's all going to be okay. But I'm freaking out a little bit because yikes. Y'all, that is like a lot of paper to cut and prep and package and card kits and yeah. So just saying. Okay. So I've never done it before. This was my point, Julie. I've never done it before. No one else I know has ever done it before. As far as I know, I'm like pioneering this idea. Okay. I have never heard of anyone doing this. There's probably a reason. So what I'm saying to you is do it cautiously because I don't have any advice for you yet. Once I've done it, once I know that it works, then I can say, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is how you do it. And I could maybe train on it. But until I know if it works, please don't say, Wendy, you said to do that because I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to see. It'll work as far as making it happen, but it may kill me in the process. So we'll see. Do you use the Stampin' Up! Copyright stamp on all your cards or only your cards you sell? I put it on everything. I just have this really cool stamp. Oh, I guess this doesn't have this. Oh, wait, I'm lying. I guess this doesn't have the Stampin' Up! Logo. I use this. You guys see it? Doesn't have the Stampin' Up! Logo, but I don't sell my cards, so I don't think I have to have it on there. Maybe I do. If getting cards in the mail is a problem, may I suggest the Teapot group on Split Coast Stampers? Every week there is someone we can mail a card to. Ooh, I love that. Tell her to send me one. You're sweet, Tracy. Thank you guys. You're sweet. Sorry, I was not fishing for compliments, I promise. I purchased the PDF of the punch art class so I could help support the human trafficking. Thank you, Heather. We appreciate you doing that. You in danger, girl. I know. I'm so screwed. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, she said. Linda says, we'll be fine. I don't know who she's addressing this to, but we'll be fine. We're going to be fine. That's how I'm taking this approach. It's going to be fine. So I have plans to employ a lot of people for things, packaging. Now, I'm the only person, me and sister are the only people that will cut the paper. I'm not letting anybody else's hands on the paper because no, it needs to be done very well. And I'm crazy when it comes to that. But everybody can package, everybody can label. All of those pieces can be done by anybody. So we'll do that. Okay. And we get a 6x6 quarter pack of each cardstock. Not cardstock, designer series paper. This stuff. Yes, a full quarter pack. So 2 sheets of everything. Boom. Would you do a video on how you create a card class and how you put it together, especially how you sell it and send it out? Sure, I'll do that, Tracy. Oh, Jason's all over these people. He's getting them before I can even see it. Thank you. Would you do a video on how you, oh yeah, I read that. Thank you. Is the PJ party, paper party live? If so, you are really brave. Yes, it's live. It's live on Facebook. It's on a special Facebook group. We're going to do it live. It's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on June 21st. You won't even have access to that group unless you have purchased the party. But even if you live abroad, you can purchase I think it's $35 to get the PDF and attend it live and be part of the giveaways and all of that. So you can do that. And then I'm trying to think what else I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. I hate it when this happens. Yeah, so, but they're going to be recorded and then I'm going to download them all and then I'm going to put them up on my, my exclusive page so that you can still access them later. So if you can't be there live, you can watch them later. Where did you get that stamp? The one you, oh, I got it on Etsy. Yeah, you don't have to have the Stampin' Up logo if you're not selling it. Your PJ party, are you saying that all the products is going to you and you will prep and cut each card, repackage them, and mail them out? Yep, that's what I'm saying. So I will receive in the mail. This is why Jason is saying, you in danger, girl. I'll receive these packs of paper in the mail. I will open them and I will cut them into 4s. Then they will look like this when they get packaged into their little sweet cello bag. Okay. Then 19 different papers packaged just like this that will have a cute little label on the front here will come to you along with 19 card kits so that you can make a card with every single pack of paper. And yes, I have to do all of that. Our last class was awesome. I think your spring retreat went great. So the PJ party will rock. I just bought the workbook. Oh, thank you. I appreciate your purchase. Can demos buy your PJ party? Yes, girl. Please do. You'll have so much fun hanging with us. It's going to be a blast. There's tons of demos that have purchased it. Trish, could you send me an email and remind me that? Because sometimes when I get off these lives, I like decompress and I forget. So send me an email about reminding me to make a video. Can demos buy? Oh, yeah. Yes, I already answered that. Tell them to mail me a card or give them an address. Don't make those wonderful cards and don't send them out to someone. I think it's so sweet the way you help out other demos. Thank you. Sounds like so much fun. Sister will cut them. Sister's going to help. She sure is. Sister is going to need a vacay. Girl, you ain't lying. She's probably going to want a bonus too. How can you do 19 cards in 3 hours? Well, because we're pros. I'm just kidding. We can do it. We're going to be able to do it. We're going to whip through them, baby. Let me tell you, there is not going to be, first of all, they're simple cards, right? This is not complicated, fancy, crazy cards because you could not do 19 fancy cards. There's going to be one fancy card that's like a fancy fold. Everything else is super basic. Do you guys want to see a sneak peek of one of them? Of one card? I'll sneak peek you one. Oh, thanks, Rachel. I wish you lived closer too, because I would totally take you up on that. Okay, so here's one of the cards for the PJ paper party. Isn't that pretty? So we're not cutting the designer series paper for you. You're cutting it. Okay. So like in this card kit, you're going to get the card base and you're going to get the punches. And if you purchase the PJ paper party that has the stamp sets included, then you'll just have the stamp sets. The stamp sets we're using are Butterfly Wishes and I Say Hello. You made me like that DSP. It is my least fave. It's my favorite one, I think. No, it's not. It's close. It's up there in the tops. What are the two stamp sets you're using? Oh, I just said that. Okay, good. Marianne says, I get it now. Yeah, so they're super simple. So we're not cutting the DSP for you. You're going to get your pack of designer series paper just like this, and then you're going to have to cut it. But we're going to supply all the other pieces for the card. And we're going to provide all the card bases, envelopes, everything. So, and a PDF. So honestly, even if you like couldn't attend live, you could just look through the PDF and make all your stuff. And we're going to include measurements on the PDF so that you can repeat it if you want to. So if you're a demonstrator, this could work out really great for you because you could repeat what we're doing in your own class. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of ideas and it's going to be great. It's going to be fabulous. Thank you, Tracy. I feel like it's one of my better ideas that I've ever come up with. I'll admit that. Yes, I was pretty excited. Yeah, it is totally worth the price. Well, so the 19 packs of paper without the card kits would be like $70. I mean, you're basically getting the card kits for free, I think, is what it boils down to. Okay, good. I'm glad you're going to sign up. Just go to non-Stampin and click on PJ Paper Party at the top, and it'll take you there. Okay, it's 3:30. I got to go get my kid from school. And who made that for you? Who made what for me? This? I think she's talking about this. This is from Etsy, and it's from Burns, Burns, Nest Design, but she's not making stuff right now. She's closed. So that's why I didn't give you the link. So I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was super fun, even despite the trolls. Thank you, Jason, for moderating. I super appreciate you hopping in and doing that for me. That's really sweet. And I'll catch you guys next time. We'll do this again. This was super fun. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and hang with me for my PJ paper party, and we'll catch you next time. Deadline for the PJ party is May 27th. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.